All right. Microphone is live. 2 videos in one day. A special occasion. Relish in it. That's Twitter. Never mind that. Oh yeah, those dumb protesters. Okay, let's do a little Reddit chat. Haven't done these in a while. I really enjoy them. I'm just going to pick like a couple of Reddit posts from WWE. Sometimes it could be other promotions. And just share my thoughts. What happened to Ricochet? Well, he only appeared in the Royal Rumble, and that's it. I heard it's because he's getting married with Samantha and he needs time. Time for what? Did he just give birth to a baby? He needs time to recover? No, what happened to Ricochet, and this is not a personal attack on him. He's an incredible performer. He's bland. No character, crappy name, 0 mic skills. Is just... He's like a really good NXT superstar. He doesn't have that star power. He's got all the in-ring ability in the world, and that's pretty much it. Bland as fuck. There's no sugarcoating it. There isn't. You know what I mean? I'm sure he's a great guy, would make a great neighbor, a great friend, and it sounds rude, but if he said to me, you know, what do you think of me in wrestling? I'd be like, you're amazing. You're an awesome talent. However, I feel you lack that pizzazz to put you above just being a mid-card. I'm not saying I could do better. I couldn't. That's that with Ricochet. Can you believe this? WrestleMania 40 will be the first WrestleMania in history without Vincent Kennedy McMahon. Goodbye and good riddance. That's nothing. John Cena's been with the company 23 years. I haven't seen him in one WrestleMania. I said the same thing. The guy took my shit. Good. Bruce Pritchard is still there. Vince is involved somehow. My personal thoughts, and again, this might sound bad, like when it comes to that whole, because literally we're talking about it, right? When it comes to the whole Vince Brock thing, I feel like Brock's potential involvement, if any, is, I don't know. So it's kind of dangerous for me to comment almost, because it might bite me in the ass later. But from what I've seen, I haven't seen much. It's not looking the best for Brock. It's definitely not looking good at all for Vince. Like, it looks really bad. And I'm starting to get that gut feeling where he is what he's being accused of. But again, until he's found guilty, the whole thing, right? If I met him, honest to God, I wouldn't pass judgment. I would want to remain neutral. But yeah, I have to admit, it is sad. I hope by some unknown miracle that this was all bullshit for the sake of the women involved. Honestly, I really do. But if for a moment we say, yeah, he did that shit, man, that's disgusting. And then, of course, assuming that, let's say, he is guilty, fuck him. Throw away the 40-plus years I had idolizing this guy. Out the window. Screw you, to the curb. I wouldn't hesitate for a second. There's no loyalty to him if it ends up being true, what he's being accused of, right? So yeah, it is a huge thing, but to be honest with you, with Triple H and just everybody else in general, life goes on. The show must go on. People come and go all the time, and the show does just fine. Mind you, he was a pretty big figurehead, but he was also, in his last few years, kind of really screwing up the product anyway, so the show is better off without him. It really is. And I've said this in a video even before these allegations came out, near the beginning of when I created this channel. I was like, man, this guy's just so out of touch. He's written some of the best storylines in history, but now he's also making the dumbest ones ever in history. I can't wait till he retires. Well, now he's just out, so whatever. It's a sad situation regardless. Period. Seth Rollins betraying Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 40 is pure distilled copium. I'm assuming opium, copium, some kind of play on trying to nonchalantly cope with an unrealistic positive scenario that's not likely to occur. If I were to guess what the hell that even means. Because at the end of the day, this abysmal title reign, they are throwing so much bullshit theories about how Roman can retain. Yeah. I don't think Seth is going to turn on Cody. If anything, if there's any turning, which for me would make more sense, and I'm sure I'm not the first one to have come up with this, even though I did come up with it on my own without having have been influenced by somebody else saying it, is I could totally see The Rock, right? Being only a part-time heel. Was he ever actually a heel? Remember how he overreacted with the statement that Cody Rhodes said about his ancestors? He didn't insult him. He just said to be ashamed of Roman Reigns. Maybe he's just trying to build Roman's trust, let him in the circle, kick his ass out, expel him, make sure that Solo and the gang don't interfere, let Cody pick up the win, and then somehow exile Roman out, and then that sets up some kind of thing for The Rock and Roman, which would then be bigger because now he would be a face. Nobody wants a heel Rock. He's good at it. He's good at whatever he wants to do. But at this point in his life, no. Keep him a face. And then in the end, everybody wins. And it ends up that Cody finishes a story. Otherwise, it ends up being that 1984 fantasy movie, The Never-Ending Story, starring Cody Rhodes. And none of us want that. They've put so much emphasis on Cody Rhodes and his goddamn Forsaken story. It's going to end up becoming a meme, right? You can't have that. Gotta finish the story. But then some people will say something along to the effect of, will he ever recover, Cody Rhodes, if he is to lose to Reigns again? It definitely wouldn't be doing him any favors. That is for sure. Now, somebody says something here which I had already thought of. But right here, it says all sorts of fuckery, I'm sure, but it frees up a Cody versus Rock match sometime over the summer that Cody wins, and that sets Cody up to get the belt at SummerSlam after Roman topples Hogan's record. The problem is Roman is not toppling Hogan's record until September. SummerSlam, if I'm not mistaken, is in July or August. It's so close. So close. It's a month away. We've come this far, right? And Hogan's title reign was much better. 1474 days, I think it was. And then like Bob Backlund's like in the 1800 days. And then Bruno Sammartino was like 2873 or something along those lines. That is the biggest, thing here is we don't know what WWE creative is thinking. Do they want Roman Reigns to topple over Hogan's record? Is it okay to just keep him in fourth place? We already had the Usos, now the longest reigning tag team champs of all time. Now Gunther, longest Intercontinental champion of all time. What are we going to do next? Have Roman Reigns be the longest champion of all time? You know how many more days we'd have to wait? Like another 3 years. It wouldn't be until like Mania 43. Cody's going to be in a nursing home by then. Not really. Figure of speech, right? So, you've already done the tag teams. You've already done the Intercontinental Championship, which I'm okay with. I'm okay with just Roman being number 4. There's just no way they're going to have him even beat out Bob Backlund. I just don't see it happening. I'm not saying it can't happen. We've already made it this far. 4 years he's already held it. Like, that's a long time. And he barely defends it. Whatever, right? That's not an attack on him personally. But yeah, going back to, can Cody Rhodes ever recover if he loses? It's not that I don't think that he can or can't. It's just, it's going to lose a lot. Like a year is a long time. He already went to finish his story last year, and now we've waited all this time, right? That's a long time to wait for a storyline to, like, you there's only so much life to a story. Like the bloodline with Sami Zayn. That was one of the greatest things in recent history. But it has a shelf life. Like everything, no matter how great it is. Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression Era, the classic 80s and 90s era. Those were amazing. They could almost bring a tear to my eye how much joy they brought to me during my childhood, which was absolutely fucking atrocious. That was the only thing I got to cling on to that brought a smile to my face. But again, all those things must come to an end, no matter how great they are. Edmonton Oilers, dynasty winners in the NHL in the 80s. 4 cups in a row, but again, it's gotta end somewhere. Wayne Gretzky kicked his candy ass to LA. It happens. Nothing lasts forever. Very few things do. I don't think anything does. Right? So, no, I don't think... It's not that he wouldn't recover. It's just, it would be a big blow to his character. People would still love him. They'd still be behind him. People understand this is scripted. It's out of his hands. But the whole story thing, people would be like, yeah, we're done. We're done with it. Another argument is that Cody Rhodes winning at WrestleMania 40 is too cliche. It's too predictable. No, it's not. No, it's not. Roman has had the belt for so long. We're just assuming he's just going to keep holding on to it. Right? There were many times where like, oh my God, Sammy's going to do it. Oh my God, Jay's going to do it. Oh my God, someone's going to do it. They don't do it. You're thinking maybe it could happen, and then it doesn't. Right? We thought he was going to win last year. He didn't. Cody Rhodes, that is. So if he won this year, it'd be like, oh my God, they actually did it. Wow, they let him, like, not beat Hogan's record. Right? So to me, it's not actually predictable. It really isn't, in my opinion. I could be wrong. I'm not some sports wrestling expert. These are just my thoughts. What I'm thinking. But yeah, the whole Seth thing again, I just don't see that being logical. I know sometimes like, oh my God, I didn't see that coming. You know, like when Seth turned his back on the Shield originally, right? And all the disdain and all the trash talking they've been giving each other over the years, putting each other down. I just don't see that happening. And Cody never wronged Seth. Again, I'm not saying it cannot happen. Some kind of Shield bloodline, you know what, a hybrid, right? I don't know. I don't see it. I totally see more The Rock. I have a feeling that's why he said you guys just need to shut the hell up, know your role, enjoy the ride, because he's essentially saying to us, you have no idea how this is going to play out, and I can promise you the people are going to be grateful. They're going to be happy. And then that makes him a good guy. Cody finishes the story, and Rock will have not at any point have trampled on Cody Rhodes' moment. He will not have ever have stolen any of his thunder. He would have complemented it, added to it, but not taken from it. And I think me creatively speaking, then that sets up, like I said a few moments ago, a Rock versus Roman for, you know, head of the table or whatever. At that point, you don't need the title. And yeah, I just truly believe that. And then maybe long term after that, you have some kind of an epiphany moment for Roman where he sits back and looks at all the anger and the obsession he had holding the belt head of the table, gets humble, gets put in his place. I don't know. And then becomes face. Look at Michael Cole, right? When Jerry Lawler had a heart attack, he went from heel to face, lickety split. Same thing with The Miz. Just out of nowhere, bang. People can switch. Look at Bayley. You idiots. You idiots. Next week, oh, guys, I really appreciate that. I could use some of that. Okay? It can happen. You can have a moment where you're thinking to yourself, you know what? Wow. Just like on the flip side. I thought you guys were on my side, and all of a sudden you turn on the fans and you become heel. Right? So that could happen. So to me, that's my fantasy play out. Cody finishes the story. He almost gets screwed. And you're thinking to yourself, oh my God, not again. This can't be happening. Rock saves the day. Hell, maybe even Stone Cold Steve Austin comes out if The Rock tries to screw Cody. But I don't want to go there. But I'm letting my mind just play out all these random scenarios in my head, because that's what's fun about speculating, role-playing, fantasizing about all these different scenarios, right? It's fun for me. So yeah, that's what it's a good thing I only decided to cover Ricochet, McMahon, and then the whole Seth, Cody, Rock fiasco, because it's kind of a big deal, right? It really, really is a big deal. The Rock's daughter is now back on X after the recent death threats that she's been getting. Like, that's what I'm getting at. Like, this whole thing got out of hand. People are reacting poorly. They're not just sitting back enjoying the ride and waiting for the twists and turns to occur to see how it all plays out. But absolutely, we were right to be like, oh, come on, Rock, man. Seriously, you're taking, Cody's spot. But I kind of always had this feeling the whole time that this is how it was going to play out. Anyhow, that's it for this video. There's 2 videos today. 2. Tomorrow I'm going to have my Friday night SmackDown on Saturday afternoon down. Anyways, should be okay. I can't wait because The Rock and Roman are going to be there. Thumbs up if you liked the video. It does greatly help support the channel with the algorithm as always. Thumbs down if you didn't like it. Solo Samoan spike right up the rectum. Working off in your ass with a rock bottom. And then a Kimura clutch. Is it a Kimura? Something, whatever. You want to subscribe? Naturally. That would be bloody fantastic now, wouldn't it? But if not, I get it. I get it. Thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care. And as always, if you have something you want me to talk about because you're crazy and you actually enjoy just how I speak, just how I am, shoot me some suggestions. I'm dying to hear what the few people that follow me, that appreciate me, would like for me to cover. It's an ulterior motive thing. It helps me because I legitimately care to make the content and make people happy for the few people that do enjoy the videos that I upload. But it also helps me figure out what do people want to hear me talk about. Right? I don't always want this to just be about me, just me talking about the Reddit posts that I enjoy. I wouldn't mind if somebody's like, hey man, on Reddit I heard somebody talking about this, that, and the other thing. What are your thoughts on that? And then I can boom, boom, boom. Then what I do is I make a title on that video based on the viewer who's recommending it to kind of credit you responding to such and such. And it has to do with, again, all things wrestling. Doesn't matter if it's AEW. It could be 90s, 80s wrestling, anything. As long as I'm well versed in the other promotion, because I'm not as good in depth with all the other promotions because I only have so much time playing guitar, working out, jogging, snow blowing, the snow. Yeah, managing 3 channels, like it's crazy, right? I have a hard time keeping up with WWE. Trust me, if there was like 30 hours in a day or 48 hours in a day, I'd be doing AEW and all these other promotions. Okay, that's enough rambling. How long have I been at this again? Damn it, I always do it. How can I not make a video sub 20 minutes? It's like I'm incapable of doing it. I'd like to think I'm a decent talker, but, I'm not a narcissist. Take care. I'm done now. It's over. Until next time, bye for now.